Hello Georgetown, this is Spotlight Georgetown and I'm Beverly Enos. You can find us on the weekends, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, 8 in the morning and 8 in the evening. We are very lucky in Georgetown to have such a wonderful cable process, and because of that we have cameras for you to use, we have equipment. You can come and be on Spotlight Georgetown. If you'd like to start your own show, and I've heard of a couple of people that are interested, would be absolutely positively welcome you to learn how to use the equipment and put together your own group and have your own show. And for all the nonprofits out there, it's a great way to advertise what you're doing and let people know what's going on. So that's what we do here in Georgetown, and today we're going to talk to RickPalardy. And for those of you that don't know Rick is actually a toy, not a manufacturer, but you hand make wooden toys.
Yes, that's right.
Welcome.
Well, thank you.
It's good to have you back.
Yes.
Now, how long have you lived in town? This is always the first question.
Terry and I have lived in town since 1976.
But you lived in town?
I personally have been in town since 1960. My parents lived in a camp on Mohawk Circle, and for 6 years, my wife and I lived over in Haverhill, and our first house was back here in town. We just loved that town, so we came back.
As I was talking a little bit before we started taping, Rick and I know each other since high school. He was a friend of my brother's, and so we've known each other for a long, long time, decades. Why wooden toys? I mean, in this day and age of, you can go to a toy store, you can go to Walmart, you can go online. Why wooden toys?
Back in the 70s, my daughter, everything was made out of plastic. And every couple of days, a week or so, she would come with me, "Dad, this broke. Can you glue this? Can you repair this?" And I said to Terry at the time, I want to go back in time. I want to make wooden toys, toys that can last, that aren't going to be needing batteries, that aren't going to be needing to be repaired. So little by little, we got into it. We started out making Christmas ornaments, little sleds. Terry has, and I have many nieces and nephews, and we started making these sleds as Christmas presents for the kids, because we shortly married. We didn't have a whole lot of money. But that's how we got started in it, and it kind of kept growing, and I'd look in magazines and see other things and say, oh, I can make that. And lo and behold, when we moved out of Beverly Drive, where we were, over to North Street, I now have a nice barn that I've had remodeled, and we can have a store and build the toys in back.
Is that one of the reasons that you purchased that house?
That and the fact that Terry enjoys gardening and growing flowers, and there's a greenhouse attached to the back of it. So we both kind of got what we were looking for.
Now, when I was in high school, where your shop is now, it used to be a dress shop.
That's right.
The Cricket Shop, I
Cricket
believe
Shop.
It was called.
Yes.
That's going back a long way.
Yes. Actually, Terry bought her going away dress for our wedding now.
I remember buying things there in high school. So for those of you that have been around long enough, you can remember the Cricket Shop. To do these toys, to hand make these toys, what kind of equipment do you need?
Oh, table saw, band saw, drill press. I also have a lathe for turning dowels and things. And then it's just a matter of being able to put it together and come up with an idea beforehand and put it together what you need.
Do you draw it out first, or just kind of?
Sometimes a lot of what I've built is out of magazines or pictures in magazines. But some of the woodworking magazines will give you the a drawing with dimensions on it right away.
Okay, what kind of things do you have now?
We have a bunch of furniture for the American Girl doll, or the 18-inch tall dolls.
Really?
A bed, an armoire, a grandfather clock, chest of drawers, tables and chairs. I obviously make the wooden parts, and Terry does all the sewing. She makes the mattress and the pillows and bedspreads and tablecloths and things like that for the furniture.
Oh, wow. American Girl dolls, or 18-inch dolls, whatever you want to call them, they're hugely popular.
Yes, they are.
And they're popular from, I have a 5-year-old granddaughter that never heard of it until she went to kindergarten, and then the first day home from kindergarten, that's what she wanted. And they go right through until the kids are, you know, preteen.
Yeah, and I have to admit it takes up a lot of space
to
have all the furniture, but My daughter's moved out. I don't have that problem.
So you've got the space now. Now, are these all totally finished?
No, they're all unfinished. I don't finish anything. I don't. I do sand it, but I don't paint it or stain it. I leave that up to whoever buys it. That way I can keep my prices lower.
Okay.
It's less time involved and less material. You know, and be able to get a few sales that way.
Now, I've looked at some of the furniture and stuff online. For example, a bed. What would that type of price would you be talking a bed? Or any of the pieces of furniture?
Yeah. The bed, I think, was around $50, but I'm not.
That's
that's
very reasonable.
And then the mattress and Terry's work goes beyond that.
Yeah. But going online, an outfit is $50.
Yes. We try to keep, as I say, keep the prices lower. Everything that I make is out of pine. And I don't like to, I like to keep people in-house instead of having to say, well, that's a nice piece, but I'll go a little bit step higher. I try to stay away from that.
Now, do you take special orders?
Yeah, I do. I've told people that come in the store that if they have a piece of furniture that they want built, to give me a drawing or a picture of it. If they wanted a specific size, if they go to a store, one person wanted a hutch for her kitchen. And what she saw, the plan, it was too small for what she wanted. So she brought it over and I made one larger.
Now, this is a piece of furniture for an adult?
No, this is a full, yes, a full
kitchen.
Oh,
I didn't realize
hutch.
You did things other than just toys.
I do that, but I don't really advertise it a whole lot. I prefer
did now.
I did, you're right. But I will do things like that, obviously.
So if somebody really has something specific that they want to have built, they can come and talk to you.
Yeah.
Because years ago we had a furniture manufacturer that you could go down and tell them what you wanted, and they would build your chairs and build your tables. And because I went down there, but they're since closed their office. So so if there's something not just toy,
right,
they can talk to you at least.
Right, exactly.
All right.
I'm in the process of making a cabinet for a lady who had two small windows that she had painted. She wanted a cabinet to go behind it. So I'm in the process right now of building that.
So that's really custom work.
Yeah.
Most of the things in the shop are
toys. And some, Terry has made some quilts and things like that, but 90% of it's toys.
Do you have regular hours?
Not up till now. Terry is working full-time, and I get involved in the back of the building, and I don't open the store as often as I certainly should.
But if somebody wants to come in, they'll call you?
They could call,
they do that?
yeah. And also, I'm on Facebook. Hopefully, in the next month or two, I can get onto a website. I have the domain name, I just haven't built the site yet. But I do need to open the store more often. We did a good job, a good quarter last year. We sold quite a bit, and mainly through that newspaper article. And a lot of people came in and enjoyed it, so it kind of gives me hope. So
for people to find where you are, you're 3 houses after the Pearly School?
Second house.
Second house after the Pearly School.
On the same side, going out of the square.
So just look at Pearly, go 2 houses to the left.
To the right. On the same side, coming out of the square. Yep.
So other than what Terry does, what your wife does anybody help you with the wooden parts of the furniture?
No,
it's all yours.
Just mine. I'd love to have my grandson come down, but he's too far away to help.
Now, did you learn how to do this when you were a kid from your dad, or how did you pick this up? I mean, people don't just all of a sudden make furniture.
No, I kind of did it as a hobby. Back at the time when we started with the sleds, it was a hobby, just to be able to help save some money. And the more I looked at it at a magazine or something, I thought, oh, I could make that. And little by little, it got more involved, and from there, I'm making larger and more difficult stuff.
And what's the favorite thing that you've made?
Oh, I enjoy it all. I enjoy from day one out there. I wish I could get out there more often than I do. I get tied up with a few other things around the house. And
now, if somebody orders something from you, will you ship it for them?
Yeah, if it's nothing huge. Small stuff I could. I haven't yet, but everybody, it's been local that have come in. Although I have a couple of small pieces that are overseas. One is in Germany, as I recall. The people lived here in town, and when they moved back to Germany, they took it with them, so I can kind of say I'm overseas a little bit.
Okay.
Very little.
Now, when you said they're unfinished, so everything is built, it's sanded, and then the people would have to either paint it or
Stain it.
stain in urethane
Yep.
type of thing?
Yeah.
All right, and that's something that most people can handle on their own?
Yeah. Yeah. That way they can paint it to the color or the style that they'd like. If they're, they want to put flowers on it or anything like that. I also have been making wooden pens, turning them on the lathe.
Ballpoint pens?
Ballpoint pens
Okay.
and mechanical pencils. They are made out of different woods like walnut and ash, and actually I took a piece of boxwood out of the yard. It was a bush, and I cut it down and turned it out of that.
So those have lots of different
Grain,
colors and different
grain.
those finished as well?
Well, they're coated with a finish,
Okay.
but I mean, they're the natural wood. You can see the natural wood through it.
So that's a finished product.
Yep.
So that's a little bit different. You don't see a lot of that.
No.
Craft shows, that's about it. You don't see it in stores.
No, you don't. It was something I saw again in the magazine and said, oh, I'll give one of those a try. And it was just about a year ago, and I gave the first two to Terry as a birthday present. But,
So then all of a sudden it becomes, the first one is a present, and then you start marketing them.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Anything else that you make that you really enjoy doing?
Oh, again, I enjoy it all.
We talked about the doll furniture, but what other types of wooden toys?
I have wooden trucks for some of the boys to come in. Puzzles. I made one puzzle that's in the shape of a turtle, and the shell comes off into various pieces. And what else is out there?
Now, were these trucks that they would play with, or are they big enough for them to ride?
Oh no, these are to play with.
Okay. Take them in the sandbox type trucks.
Yeah, exactly. Or on a rainy day, they could get down on the floor and play with them. I do have plans in my brain to make larger trucks that they could ride in. I just haven't gotten out to do it.
That far. A little train.
Yeah.
Those the locomotive of a train for them to ride on, because all the kids like trains. One of the things when we first started talking today, children have wonderful imaginations, but oftentimes they're either watching television or doing possibly even computer games, and they don't just learn how to sit on the floor and use their imagination.
That's true.
And pretend that somebody's driving the truck or the fire truck or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So this is the type of toy that they can really just let their own imaginations
go with.
Yeah, become whatever they're doing.
Yeah. My son, when he was young, I made him some trucks, and he enjoyed them. And of course now he's kind of outgrown them, and he's back on the computer. But
yeah, well, they all do grow up.
Yes.
Anything else? Have we covered everything?
Yeah, I believe we have.
I think we have. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It was great to see you again.
Yes.
And great to have you here.
Yes, thank you.
So if you're looking for some special toys, get hold of RickPalardy. He's in the book, and he will show you what he has to offer. And if you're looking for some custom work, he'll handle that too. Don't forget, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. I'm Beverly Enos. This is Spotlight Georgetown. Bye for now.
Do you have a homestead on your property? A homestead is $500,000 worth of protection on your home. Your spouse and family are covered under the filing, all for only a $35 recording fee.
I think everyone should have a homestead. I'm a police officer. In this crazy litigious world, it just might save your home.
We bought this house to retire, and can't afford to lose it.
As senior citizens, the Homestead Act is an important way for us to protect our most valuable asset.
If you go to the Essex South Registry of Deeds in Salem, the people there are very helpful and they will work with you to put your homestead on record.
Hello, I'm Register of Deeds John O'Brien. Our motto here in Salem is "How may we help you?" And if you contact us, it'll be our pleasure to serve you.